How's it going, folks? So recently, Alec Baldwin was charged with involuntary manslaughter. Now, there seem to be some people confused about those charges. But for some reason, I don't know why. Well, I do know why. These people don't have a clue of what they're talking about, but we'll get into that. These people are not happy that he was charged with involuntary manslaughter because supposedly he didn't intend to kill Halyna Hutchins. Well, that's why it's involuntary manslaughter and not murder. Murder implies a criminal intent. However, what Alec did was 100% negligent. Now, first, he pointed the firearm at somebody he supposedly did not intend to shoot. That's a cardinal safety rule that got violated. Second, he inserted his finger into the trigger well and squeezed the trigger while he was pointing it at somebody he didn't intend to shoot. Third, he presumed the firearm was unloaded. Well, it was loaded, and he didn't check. The three cardinal safety rules right there that were violated. This is 100% negligent on his part, unless you buy into some of the theories that that claim that he secretly wanted to kill her, and this was the perfect way to make it look like an accident. And the other side of this claims, well, he didn't intend to kill her. It was just an accident on a movie set. An accident with gross negligence. His intent not to kill her doesn't matter in this one. The fact that he was negligent does matter. It's just like if you say drink a 12-pack of beer, slam some vodka down afterwards, get behind the wheel of a car, and then run over a child. Sure, you didn't mean to run over that child, but you also knew that your actions were completely negligent, and the running over of the child was a possible outcome, or should have known. So in that case, that would be involuntary manslaughter too. Now, there are some people who have brought Kyle Rittenhouse into this. And again, this is an apples to oranges comparison. What Kyle Rittenhouse did was self-defense. And really, Kyle Rittenhouse shouldn't have even been charged with anything. From the video evidence, it shows 100% that his actions were done in self-defense. And this is even with duty to retreat laws considered, which, at my knowledge, Wisconsin is not a duty to retreat state. If Kyle really went there with the intent to shoot a motherfucker, he would have fired rounds a lot sooner. A lot sooner. In fact, he wasn't the first person to fire a round that night. Somebody in the crowd fired a pistol up in the air well before Kyle had put his finger in the trigger well. So, yeah, while Kyle did shoot 3 people and 2 of them are no longer among the living, each and every one of them brought this upon themselves. You don't go and attack somebody, unless, you're willing to put up with the consequences of that attack. And that includes you possibly dying. And then if you go and attack somebody who's holding an AR-15 or any sort of firearm, well, you've committed self-die at that point, or you're trying to commit self-die at that point in my book. Unless that person is actually holding people hostage or shooting people or trying to rob somebody at gunpoint, unless you can physically see them in the commission of an actual crime, it's probably the best idea that you don't go rushing up there to try to confront them. You know, especially, if it's just somebody just standing there at the corner with an AR-15, or if, God forbid, he put out the dumpster fire that you guys lit and that you were about to push at a gas station. You see, so that's why Kyle probably shouldn't have even been charged with murder, because the video footage shows pretty much all of this. And the video footage was on the internet, within 15 minutes of the incident happening. Most of it was, anyway. You did have the FBI surveillance drone footage that got released during the trial, which, draws a lot of question about what the FBI was doing that night. And why on earth is the FBI just going out and monitoring people with drones? Or shouldn't say drones, because drone's not the proper term. Drone implies it's controlled by AI. The term you're actually looking for is UAV, or unmanned aerial vehicle. And that implies you have an actual pilot controlling it from a remote. But nonetheless, I'm hoping this video should clear up some confusion with Alec Baldwin, to say the least, and then also with some of the people who seem to think it's totally unfair that Alec Baldwin gets charged with involuntary manslaughter while Kyle gets acquitted of all charges that should have never even gone to court in the first place. So thank you all for watching. You all have the comment section below. Have a great day.